Hello, my dear warriors. Namaskar, Wanakam, Ola, Bonjour, Marhaba. Welcome to your Enlite channel, the dedicated English medium channel for all the important competitive exams in our country. And this is Shreyas here, your physics master teacher going live. And I hope you guys can see me and hear me loud and clear. So today's session is very special because in just few days you might have your Manipal Entrance Test. And I'm pretty sure you have a lot of doubts about it, and you also wanted a mock test. So here I am conducting a mock test on your Manipal Entrance Test, and this session will not just cover the questions, but I'll also give you the detailed information, just like Soumya was asking what is a good score for CSC for Manipal exam. Don't worry, I'm going to give you those details so that you can accordingly plan and you can probably prepare accordingly as well, depending on your branch and your expectations. I hope I'm audible and visible too. Do let me know, guys. Let me just check over here too. All right. Okay. Fair enough. Chalo. Let's begin with the class. And those of you who do not know me, well, my name is Shreyas. I'm the physics master teacher. I've been training for a long time. I have been coaching kids and preparing them and helping them in their journey for IIT and NEET and all such entrance tests. And I'm so proud and happy that many of my students are right now in the top-notch branches and the top-notch colleges across the country. Now on this channel, I not only prepare you for JEE and NEET but also for other subjects or other competitive exams, and that's why I'm conducting the Manipal Entrance Test exam as well. Hi Syam Kumar, hi Siva Prasad SR. Welcome aboard, guys. All right. So, Wanakam, Bonjour, Hola. Okay. So, not only just JEE and NEET, guys. You need to also keep your options open for other entrance tests and other colleges. It's not. I'm not trying to demotivate, but it's always good to have a second and a third option. A backup plan should always be there. Number one. Number two. When you give these tests, you will get to know how the actual competition is, and this is like a new, this is like a mock test. This is like a new set of questions which will come to you, which you might not have seen before. So that's why always give all the competitive exams, even if you are not going to enter into the college. The logo has been changed, J1, because we want to keep the same consistent logo across all the channels. So we are, as a part of our brand strategy, we are keeping consistent logos in all the channels. And I hope you guys have hit the like as well as the subscribe button. So, Wanakam, guys, and sir, which is the score to get? Syam Kumar, you can leave that question about NIT in the comment section after the video is over. I'll definitely help you out. And guys, I hope you have joined the Telegram channel, because you will get all the PDFs, all the important notes, everything on our Telegram. So make sure you are enrolled into our Telegram channel. Now, talking about the Manipal Entrance Test, I'll give you a brief, about the exam and also what should be your strategy, and then we'll take it forward to the questions. So first of all, the exam mode is going to be a computer-based test. You should be well aware of that. Second thing, the questions, total number of questions is 60. Division of questions, you will have physics and chemistry 10. You have NAT, mathematics 15, and then you also have English for 10. Now, you will see the total marks is 240. Time duration is just 2 hours, so that's a good thing because the number of questions are not too many in number. But since you can see over here, there is negative marking for all the MCQ based questions, but for NAT you don't have the negative marking. Hence, you should be a little bit careful whenever you are attempting the questions. Make sure that you know the concept, or at least you have narrowed down the options till 2. Otherwise, do not try to be overconfident or be over enthusiastic and try to mark more options. Please be very careful about it. There is negative marking over here. 2 hours, 240 marks, 60 questions. This is your division. Now, I feel that the question paper level will not be very easy, but it will be of mains level. It will not be more than mains level. It will not be of NEET level. Some questions could be of NEET level, but it will be a little bit more than NEET, definitely, and it will be of JEE mains level only. Not much difficult. The colleges that you will be targeting via the entrance test will be the Manipal in Karnataka, that's in near Suratkal, guys. and then you have Udupi and all that belt. So MIT Sikkim, that's the next one, and then you also have one in Jaipur. Generally people prefer to go near MIT in Karnataka, but not so much preference is given for Sikkim and Jaipur. This should be not on your priority list because the placements are not that great, and these are new campuses. The campus in Karnataka has a lot of name and reputation. It's a good college. You had a lot of good alumni like Satya Nadella from Microsoft, who is the CEO of Microsoft, who has studied from MIT Karnataka. So I think this should be your top college. These two should be your last backup options. Yeah. Now, if you talk about the cutoffs and what are the packages, well, the highest package was around 43 lakhs, which is a very good deal. So keep this in mind. This is very good. Okay, comparing to all the private college standards. Not just that, even the average package was decent enough. 6.2 lakhs per annum is a very decent package. It's much higher than many of the private colleges which have an average package of just 2 to 4 lakh rupees. So that way it is very good. College fees are a little bit expensive, guys, on the higher side. It's close to 12 lakh rupees for 4 years. And please keep in mind, you have other hostel facilities and food, mess fees, all those things will also add up. So you need to be prepared for those high college fees. But yes, you can expect good returns in a couple of years. And not just that, the college is also really tough to get into, especially for the computer science and the top branches. In fact, I have the cutoff ranks for all the top branches, as well as for all the colleges which come under MET exam. So if you talk about MIT Manipal, which is in Karnataka, you can see for computer science, the all India rank was 781. The cutoff rank was 781, which is very high, guys. And if you look for Sikkim or Jaipur, it's in 15,000s or in 8,000 range. Okay, but that's what I told you. Not many people prefer to go to these colleges. Now, mechanical is not there in Sikkim. Civil also is not there. But if you look at these branches, in MIT Manipal, you will see the ranks were close to 19,000 for mechanical and 22,000 plus for civil. For data science, it's 2,500 roughly. For electronics, it's 6,900, almost 7,000. Electronics and communication, almost close to 4,000. So you can see you should be for getting, in electronics or electrical or computer science or, these top branches, IT, you should be in the top 2 to 3,000 roughly. Yep. So you need to be really well prepared, else you might not get the top branches over here, especially in MIT Manipal. Okay, but if you are okay with mechanical, then even with 19,000 rank, you can most likely get into that. Alright, so let's start with the session. Are you guys ready? Get up. Shall we begin with the questions, guys? Are you ready? Let me know by giving a thumbs up. And I hope you found this information useful. So accordingly, you can start targeting for your exam. So let's begin with the first question coming up on your screen. Oh my god, I didn't want to show you the answer, but alright, so let's begin. Okay, for a second, guys, let me get out a pen. It should have come by now. Okay. Yes, why is it not coming? Just hold on. Okay, anyways, I'll just start writing. Okay, so first of all, the first question, the dimensions of A by B in the equation A minus T square by Bx is how much? Alright, so if you look at this, P is pressure, X is the distance, B and A are some numbers whose dimensions I don't know, but you have to find the ratio of it. Come on, if you guys figure it out by yourself, please let me know in the chat box and let's solve this question. First of all, A and T square should have the same dimensions. So the dimensions of A should be equal to the dimensions of the square of the time. So the dimensions of A obviously is the square of time. That's the first thing. Next thing, B into X, if I take it there, I will get like this. So Bx is A minus T square divided by P. In fact, I don't even need B over here. So how about putting that, sorry, not B. Alright, let me just take X below. So I don't need X over here. So let me just put X over here and let's see what do I get. So the dimensions of B will be the dimension of the numerator, which is the dimension of time square, upon P into X. P is pressure, X is nothing but your distance. So what is the dimension of pressure? Same as the dimension of force by area. Dimension of x is nothing but length. Now start writing everything. So T square is coming over here divided by F by A. Force is kg meter per second square. So mass will come obviously m raised to 1. Then distance meter per second square. So T raised to minus 2 divided by area. So that is nothing but the square of the length. And over here also I have one more length. Now this length will cancel, and even this length and this length will cancel. So time will go on the top. So this will become T raised to 4, of course. Check this out. T raised to minus 2 goes on the top. It will become T raised to 4. This m will just come over here, and that's below. That's it. So that is the dimension of B. Now the question says, what is the dimension of A by B? So the dimension of A by B will be this by this. So it will be nothing but T square divided by, so it will be T square divided by this thing. So T raised to 4 divided by m. So naturally m will go on the top, and you shall have T raised to minus 2 over here. Just check this out. Is that clear? Yes, B is the answer. Option B, you can see m into T raised to minus 2. Yep, that's the answer. Very good, guys. Let me just figure out why I'm not getting the pen option over here, not this one. I should have got that pen. Not sure, guys. Just one second. Let me just try to figure this bit out. Okay, let me just see if I can get it. Okay, anyways guys, so I'm not sure why I'm not able to see that. Anyways, let's try to solve the next question, and I think I'll use maybe this pen itself. So here we are. Next question, the coordinates of a particle are given by x is 80 square and y is nothing but alright, just one second guys. No, that's not coming. I'm not sure. This is coming. Okay, no problems. Cool. So, can you tell me all the important chapters? Kartikeya, mechanics, electromagnetism, optics. Obviously, these are like the most important waves. Yep. Yeah. Alright. So, I hope Kartikeya, that is fine. Mechanics, the main important topics like center of mass, rotation, SHM, all these things. Optics, waves, and electromagnetism. These are the main topics. Modern physics, yes, but mainly you can go for atomic structure, photoelectric effect, and photons. These are the major things. Apart from that, not many topics out there. Okay, so let's try to do this. The coordinates are given by x is equal to 80 square and y is equal to bt square. The question is, what is the speed of the particle? Now, speed means the magnitude of velocity. So I need to find out the velocity's components. Maybe then I can find out the speed. Reason why I'm talking about the components is because you can see the coordinates in x and y are given as functions of time. The coordinates in x and y are given as functions of time. So let's try to do this. So first of all, Vx will be nothing but dx by dt. Vx will be nothing but dx by dt. So derivative of this guy will be nothing but 2a into t. So that is nothing but your Vx. Everybody fine with this? Alright. Next, for y, I can find out the y velocity. Y velocity will be derivative of y with respect to time. So therefore, Vy will be nothing but 2 times of bt. Fair enough, guys? Now, since I know Vx and Vy, what I can do is I can find the total velocity magnitude, which is nothing but root of Vx square plus Vy square. So just do the math and you will get it. So V will be root of this square plus this square. So 2at whole square plus 2 times bt whole square. So you can see 2a will just, 2 into time will just come outside, and inside the root, what will we have? We'll have a square and b square separately. So do I have such an answer? Check this out. Do I have it, guys? Yes, it is there right over here in option D. Can you see that? Option D. 2d is there outside and a square plus b square. Very good. Alright, so let's move on to the next question coming up on your screen. Yes, I'll be bringing BitSat logical reasoning series along with English and obviously physics, Bhargav 76. Definitely, I'll be doing it. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. The force required to just move a body up the inclined plane is twice the force required to just prevent the body from sliding down the plane. If mu is the coefficient of friction, the inclination of the plane to the horizontal is. Okay, looks like I have found finally the pen marker. So let's try and do this question. First of all, the force required to just move a body up the plane is twice the force required to just prevent it from sliding down. So when you have a body like this and you want to prevent it from sliding down, you apply a force like this, and obviously this body will experience many forces, but let's worry about only those forces along the incline. So one force will be mg sine theta down the incline, and along the incline upwards will be mu mg cos theta, because that is the frictional force which will oppose, it will prevent it from sliding. But that is not sufficient, that's why you are applying some extra force. From here you can clearly see F plus mu mg cos theta is equal to mg sine theta. That's what you see. So therefore F will be equal to, take it on the other side, it will become mg into sine theta minus mu cos of theta. That's what you get the force as. Now what you need to do next is use the second piece of information. So where is one? Yes, so let me use some different color. Alright, there we go. Now in the second situation, the force required to just move it up the plane. So when you are trying to move it up the plane, you are pushing it like this with double the force. Obviously mg sine theta will still be acting downwards, but since it is trying to go up, friction will change the direction, friction will now act down. That is the catch. In this part, friction was acting up because it is trying to come down. You are preventing it. In the second scenario, you are pushing the block up, so the friction will oppose the motion, hence the friction will also be downwards. It will be mu mg cos theta. So hence you will see mu mg cos theta plus mg sine of theta will be twice of f. Here I can take mg common, and here I will have mu cos theta plus sine theta will be twice of f. That means twice of this. So it will be 2 times of mg into sine theta minus mu cos theta, of course. So mg cancels. So I'll have mu cos theta plus sine theta is equal to 2 times of sine theta minus 2 mu cos theta. Now what I will do is mu cos theta, 2 mu cos theta, I'll bring it together. So it will become 3 mu cos theta will be equal to sine theta goes there, it will just become sine theta, because 2 minus 1 is just 1. Now you can see cos goes below, so it will become 3 mu is equal to tan theta. So theta will be nothing but tan inverse of 3 mu. So that is the answer, tan inverse of 3 mu, which is right over here. Option D, very good blah. Understood guys? Clearo? So what was there in the question? Question had 2 scenarios. I identified those 2 scenarios. I have drawn the free diagram properly without making any mistakes in the direction or in the magnitude. The direction of friction changes, that is the crux of the problem. To understand the wordings, prevent it from sliding down, that means friction is acting up because the tendency is down. In the other scenario, you are pushing it up, so to just move it, when it tries to move up, friction acts downwards. So that's the change in the question. I hope that is clear. Hi Sajid, welcome Bachalo. Moving on to the next one. Wow, this is very interesting question. A wind powered generator converts wind energy into electrical energy. Assume that the generator converts a fixed fraction of the wind energy by its blades into electrical energy. For the wind speed, the power output will be proportional to which power of the speed? Okay. So my parents are scolding me to watch physics the day before English exam, and are telling to watch, scolding me to watch the physics the day before English exam. Watch tomorrow. Okay, Sri Krishna. Fine. If your English is not well done, not prepared, so it's okay. You can watch it tomorrow. But if you are done with English, then maybe you can still watch the physics sessions, guys. Okay, Sri Krishna. Alright, let's try and solve this question now. Okay. Just one second. Okay. So first of all, let's realize what is exactly happening. You have a wind turbine and there is a generator. It converts that into electrical energy. And this electrical power is directly proportional to the power of the wind, of course, because it's clearly mentioned the wind energy is a fraction of it, some part of it, maybe 1/10 or 1/5, converts it into electrical energy. So the electrical power is directly proportional to the power of the wind, and the power of the wind is nothing but the force of the wind, which is also called as the thrust force, into the velocity of the wind. Now the thrust force formula, I have already given it many times. It is density into area on which it is falling into the speed square. This is rho area into v square, and this velocity is already over here. Rho is the density of the wind, a is the area on which it is falling, v is the speed. Hence I can say, since density is constant, area is constant, it is indirectly proportional to v square into v, which is just v cube, which is nothing but option C. Hello Shruti, good evening bachalo. Did you guys get it? Did you understand what we have done? So first was to understand power of electricity is directly proportional to the power of the wind. The next thing was to realize the power is proportional, or it's basically force into velocity, the force which the wind applies into the speed with which it is moving. Force is rho a v square. This formula, if you know it, done, else you will get stuck. Okay? Both are almost equally difficult or equally hard. SRM, level wise it is easy, but competition wise, again, the number of questions are too many numbers, so you need to maintain your consistency out there. Okay, so I would say it's equally tough or easy. In SRM, the competition is more from the south zone. In Manipal, even the north students come over there. So likewise, the geography wise, you will see a lot of Cosmo crowd in Manipal, but in SRM, it is majorly from the southern states. That's what I have noticed. Okay, so Hari Prasad, I'll tell you what. So this is some formula which you should know. Okay, I have done the derivation in my derivation courses out there, and I have also mentioned the formula in my regular nurture batches, which is again there on YouTube. So if you have liquid or any fluid which is moving with V through an area A, the density is rho, then the force which it applies, that force is called as the thrust force, and that is derived as rho A into V square. That's what it is. Alright? Yes, Gaming Beba, you can use this like a mock test for your NEET exam, definitely. Okay, Hari Prasad. Now don't worry about where it came from, now is not the time. But after your exam, maybe Manipal exam, you can sit and see my lectures, or you can go through the derivation course and you can see how it has been derived. Moving on to the next question. Okay, a sphere of mass m moving with a constant velocity u hits another sphere of same mass. E is the coefficient of restitution. The question is, what is the ratio of the speeds after the collision? Alright, now for this question, obviously draw the diagrams. So there is a mass m moving with u. There is another sphere which is obviously at rest. So this is before. After this sphere acquires speed v1. This sphere has a speed of v2. I do not know v1 and v2. The question is to find the ratio of them. So let's start by writing momentum equation. The second one will be your restitution equation. Let's start with it. So using your momentum conservation, so conserve momentum, let's see what do we get. We will see that initial momentum, which is mu plus 0, is equal to mv1 plus mv2. So therefore u is equal to v1 plus v2. This is one equation. Second equation is your restitution equation. So the coefficient of restitution is speed of separation, which is here relative speed of separation, v2 minus v1. Why not v1 minus v2? Because when this ball hits this ball, the ball which it hits moves faster. Obviously it can't move slower because it is ahead of it. So bigger speed minus the smaller speed. So v2 minus v1 upon initial speed of approach, that is just u. Now just rearrange it. You will see v2 minus v1 is e times of u. Now from this and this, what we are going to do? So from this and this, we are just going to add them and see what happens. So V1 cancels, V2 will come twice. So twice V2 will be equal to EU plus U, that means U into E plus 1. Therefore V2 will be nothing but U by 2 into E plus 1. So I got this one. From this you will find the value of V1. So U is equal to V1 plus V2. So V1 will be nothing but U minus V2. V2 is this one, so it is U by 2 into E plus 1. So it will be nothing but 2U minus UE minus U divided by 2. So it will be nothing but U is 2U minus U is U. So it will be U into 1 minus E divided by 2. That is the value of V1. Now the last part, find the ratio. So therefore V1 by V2 will be this by this. So U by 2 cancels. So it will be 1 minus E upon 1 plus E. That's the answer. Just check this out. Is everybody clear? Sir, why adding Subhash Dhoni? Because I saw one equation has V1 plus V2. The other equation has V2 minus V1. When you have x plus y, x minus y, to eliminate that, if you add, one of the terms will get cancelled. That's why I added. So that is a standard thing. You would have learnt in 8th grade or 7th grade, solving two simultaneous equations. So these are two simultaneous equations with two variables. So hence I have added Subhash Dhoni. Is that okay, bacha? Understood? Oh? Yes, 1 minus E upon 1 plus E. That's the answer. Cool. Everybody with me? Understand the techniques, understand the methods, understand the procedures, understand the equations, understand the laws. You might get these questions, these type of questions in your entrance. This is also going to be useful for JEE, for BITSAT, even for NEET. Let me tell you that. Very good, Dhoni. Excelente. I like your surname. CSK champion. Okay. So next one. A pencil is placed vertically on a table, falls down. What will be the linear velocity of the midpoint when the fall ends if the pencil is 15 centimeters long? Let's try and do this question, okay? Everybody with me? Mystery, you can watch the replay again, bacha, if you want. Yes, please watch the replay. It will help you. So let's start with this. Alright. So we have a stick or a pencil like object and it is on the ground. So what happens is eventually it falls down something like this. Okay, it falls down something like this. The question is, what is the velocity of the midpoint? This velocity is what is asked. So this will also have some angular velocity. So looking at this, I can clearly say one more thing, that it is the gravitational potential energy which has got converted into the rotational kinetic energy. It was standing, it had some potential energy. When it falls, obviously there is kinetic energy, and that kinetic energy is of rotation of the rod. So the potential energy of the rod was lost and converted into rotational kinetic energy of that rod. If you notice, the center of mass was here. Now it has come over here like this. So the fall is nothing but the length of the rod by 2. If this is the length, this is half the length. Center of mass came down by half the height. Center of mass came down by half the height. So hence the loss will be mgl by 2. Everybody with me? Why is the loss mgl by 2? Okay. Now next thing, rotational kinetic energy, it will be half into moment of inertia of the rod about the end. The rod about the end into omega square. Now 2 cancels, so I will have mgl is equal to, what is the moment of inertia of a rod at this point, about this point? So when you hold it at the center, it is ml square by 12. But if you hold it at the end and rotate a rod, then it is ml square by 3. So be careful. So it is ml square by 3, and this is nothing but your omega square. L goes, so I'll have G is equal to omega square L by 3. So from this I will get omega square is 3G by L, or omega is root of 3G by L. Now that's not all. I want to find actually the velocity. Notice. Oh my god, where did I go? What just happened? Just 1 second, guys. Yeah. I wanted to find the velocity. Oops. Again. My god. Please. Okay, yes, there we go. We have to find the velocity. So what will be the velocity? V is omega into R. Remember the formula? V is omega into r. What is radius over here? The radius is only this much distance. The r is nothing but L by 2 only. R is L by 2, half the length. So hence it will be omega into L by 2. So let's see what do we get. V is equal to omega is root of 3g by L into L by 2. One of the L's, root L gets cancelled. So it will be root of 3gl, the whole thing divided by 2. Now substitute the values. It will be root of 3 into 10 into the length, which is how much? 15 centimeters. So it is 15 divided by 100. The whole thing divided by 2. So that's it. This 0 goes. 15 goes with 5 3 times. 10 goes with 5 2 times. So you will see that you will be left with 3 3s are 9. Again under the root 3. So 3 by 2 root 2. That should be the answer. 3 by 2 root 2. 2 into 1.4 will be close to 3, but not 3. So hence it will be, I think, option A. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very good. Alright, everybody clear by Chalo? Understood? First concept, energy conservation. Potential energy got converted into kinetic energy. First concept. Second concept, moment of inertia of the rod about the end. Third concept, velocity is nothing but omega r in circular motion. Because the center point's velocity was asked. That's all. Hence, option A is correct. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Now, a billiard ball is hit by a cue at a height h about the center. It acquires some speed. Mass of the ball is m, radius is r. What is the angular velocity? Alright, so let's try and do this question. Again, I'll start with the diagram and start writing and figuring out the equations. This is the ball and this is the center. This is where you apply some force with the stick, and this distance is h, and because of this, this ball accelerates and acquires some velocity v0. Meanwhile, it will also have some angular acceleration, because of which it will acquire angular velocity omega naught. All these velocities in time t. Let's try to do the question now. First of all, I see since the force is acting slightly away from the center, it will create a torque, and because of the force there is acceleration which creates the velocity. Alright. Now if I write the torque equation, the net torque is moment of inertia into alpha. The torque due to the force F is R into F. R is h, force is F, is equal to moment of inertia of a sphere, right? Is it a sphere? It's a ball, yes, so it will be a sphere. So 2 by 5 mr square into alpha. I'll just put it over here. Everybody fine till this point? Now, this force I can say is mass into acceleration. So h into force, force is mass into acceleration, will be equal to 2 by 5 mr square into alpha. Now comes the real challenge. Oh, by the way, the m and m will get cancelled. Acceleration is change in velocity by time. So final velocity is v0 minus initial velocity by the time taken. Similarly, over here, angular acceleration will be change in angular velocity divided by time. Now the time gets cancelled. So let's try and see what it comes out to be. So it will become h into v0. H into v0 is equal to 2 by 5 times of r square into omega naught. Now what is asked? Angular velocity. That means omega naught. So omega naught will be 5 times h v0 divided by 2 r square. Do I have such an option, guys? Do I have such an option? Just check this out. Yes, option B out there. Do you see that? 5 h v0 divided by 2 r square. So concepts used. Yes, no, the pattern is not the same. Rahul Krishna, at the start of the session, you can scroll the slider even now and see what is the pattern of the exam. I just mentioned it. So, concepts used. Torque is equal to I alpha. Second, force is mass into acceleration, that's Newton's law. Third, acceleration is nothing but change in velocity by time, and angular acceleration is change in angular velocity by time. That's it. That's it. So, using that, solving the equation, you'll get the answer. Yes, the application is long over, bacha. Okay. But Rahul, you can check out the mock test in preparation for your even JEE and NEET mock test. Now, if you look at this question, you will understand that there are two masses mutually separated by some distance, and because of their mutual gravity, they start moving with some velocity. The question is, what is their relative speed of approach when the distance between them is some d? So first let's visualize the situation. There is a mass m here, very far away another mass. This distance is basically infinity. Let's mark it like that. Okay, just one second. Yes, then they come closer. So this is m and this is capital M. They come with some velocities and their separation is basically d. The question is, what is their relative speed? First of all, this is a problem of energy conservation and also conservation of momentum, but we can solve it in a simple way, and I'll tell you how to use some tricks even if it comes in JEE or NEET. Energy is conserved because they will have some potential energy here. When they come here, the potential energy will change. That change in potential energy gets converted into their kinetic energies. So initial potential plus initial kinetic will be equal to final potential plus final kinetic. Initially, because they are separated by a large distance, the potential energy is 0. Because they were very far away, they just begin to move, so their kinetic energy is also 0. When they come close by, their potential energy will become minus gmm by the distance, which is d, and their kinetic energy, I have to add half mv square plus half mv square, and their speeds will be also different, v1, v2. Instead, what I will do is, I will use a concept of something called as the reduced mass, and this reduced mass, you don't have to understand it fully. It is just a trick which you can use for solving these kind of questions, where the center of mass stays at rest and the two masses move accordingly. So the masses are different, but the center of mass has to stay there. So the masses move accordingly so as to keep the center of mass at rest. Then use this concept of reduced mass. It will solve your problem. So reduced mass is nothing but m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2, and the reduced mass's velocity, you can take it as the relative velocity between the masses, between m1 and m2, basically that. So it is nothing but, in this case, v1 plus v2. So speed of 1 plus speed of 2, that is the relative speed. That is what will be the reduced masses speed that you should take. So what happens is, over here I can just put half reduced mass, okay, into v relative square. Take this guy over here, so it will become gmm by d is equal to half into reduced mass, which is capital M small m upon m plus m into v relative square. Mm goes, take these two people here, so g into m plus m, and this 2 also comes over here, d comes below, is equal to v relative square. So v relative will be root of this. Do we have an option like that? Just check it out. Do we have an option like that? Yes, option B, of course. Just square root. Just take the square root, you will get this, taking root on both sides. So the trick that you have used over here is that instead of using momentum conservation, writing m1 v1 is m2 v2, and writing two terms for kinetic energy for both the masses, I have combined it into one single equivalent mass. That single equivalent mass is called as reduced mass, whose value is given by m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2. Everybody with me on this? Cool? Alright. Now, yes, so that's how we get the answer B. Let's move on to the next question coming up on your screen. A cylinder of mass m and density rho hanging from a string is lowered into a vessel of some cross section in a liquid whose density is lesser than the density of liquid the cylinder itself, until it is fully immersed. The increase in the pressure at the bottom of the vessel is. Okay, so let's try and understand the question first. So you take a cylinder whose mass is m, density is rho, and you immerse it in some liquid like this. Okay, now when you immerse it in a liquid, what happens is the liquid applies a buoyant force on the cylinder. Because of which, what you will see is that there will be a reaction, Newton's third law, on the liquid, which is equal and opposite. Fb will be on the liquid by the cylinder. And because of this, liquid experiencing that additional force, you will see that there will be an increase in the pressure at the bottom of the vessel. So, that increase in the pressure delta P is because of this additional force, which is Fb, which will be acting on the base of that bigger container. So that big container has an area of S. So S is the area of that big container over here. So this area will be S because that force will get distributed on the entire surface. So now just have to put the equations. Buoyant force is density of the liquid. Density of the liquid is sigma. So V into sigma into G. That's what it is. But I do not know the volume, so what do? Well. The volume of the cylinder can be found easily because density is mass by volume. Therefore, volume will be nothing but mass by the density. So just put, instead of volume, you put mass by density, and the rest of the things are as it is. Sigma G by S. And I think we have an option like that. Where is that option? Right over here. M sigma G by rho S. M sigma G by rho S. Shubham Jagdish, I think you should basically start looking at all the lectures which I have put up in 0 to Hero. Okay, there is a separate playlist on the channel. If you are prepared for JEE or NEET, you will understand these concepts because Manipal is actually an easier entrance test than the JEE Mains exam. So please start seeing what you don't know. Write down all the topics and all the questions which you could not understand and start working on them. Because if you face difficulty here, guarantee it will be very difficult to crack JEE Mains. Okay, let me tell you and warn you, you have time for JEE Bacha. Okay, so moving on to the next one, coming up on your screen. Here it comes. The frequency of a sonometer wire is F. When the weight producing the tensions are completely immersed in water, the frequency becomes F by 2. And when you put it in some other liquid, it becomes F by 3. What is the specific gravity of that liquid? When to use the concept, Chaitanya ji? Okay, I'll make a separate video if you want on that, but just to give you a heads up, two masses moving under their mutual force, criteria 1, only there is one or basically only internal force, number 1. Number 2, their center of mass is at rest, then use it. Or even if the center of mass is moving, that's okay. You are worried about the body or the combined mass characteristic as a whole and not on the individual masses. Like the relative velocity, it's their combined property. It's not individual characteristic. So when you want to treat them as one thing, not exactly center of mass, but as a system as a whole, the relative characteristic, and you notice there is internal force only. Okay. So for this question, let's try to understand the formula. The frequency of a sonometer is given by N is 1 by 2L into root of tension by mu. But in this case, the tension is the weight itself, so W by mu. Now, these numbers are constants, so I'll just write it as F into some constant into root W. What is this C? 1 by 2L and 1 by root mu. It's some constant, doesn't matter. So that's the first step of the problem. Now, the next step will be to write down the same equation but for different frequencies, and the tension will change because when you immerse it in a liquid, the buoyant force will cause a change in the apparent weight. The apparent weight will reduce because of the buoyant force, hence the tension also reduces. Yes, it will also have maths and chemistry. So let's try and do this. For the first situation, when the frequency becomes F by 2. For F by 2, same constant, but instead it will be W minus the buoyant force of water. Buoyant force of water. That's what will be there. And for the other one, For the other one, let's see, when it becomes f by 3, so when it is f by 3, it will be some constant, same thing, and here you will have, instead of W, it will have W minus the buoyant force of that liquid. Now the question is, find the specific gravity. Specific gravity means relative density, so I think I need the relation between the buoyant force by water and liquid, because buoyant force formula has density of that liquid, density of the liquid as well. So somehow let's get rid of that. Okay, first of all, I'll write it in a much simpler way, f by 2. Take W outside, root W outside, so C root W, and here you will have root of 1 minus F water by W. So C root W, that is nothing but F. So F by 2 will be F into root of 1 minus F water by W. Okay, interesting. FF cancels. So half will be remaining, square both sides. FF cancels, square both sides. So 1 by 4 is equal to 1 minus F water by W. Rearranging it further. Okay, I'll just rearrange it further and I'll put, okay, this part over here. So F water, the buoyant force by water divided by W will be 1 minus 1 by 4. 1 minus 1 by 4, which is nothing but 3 by 4. Okay, so this is something which I kept as it is separately from this side. Now similarly, I'll solve this side and see what do I get. Here F by 3 is equal to W, I'll take it outside, so C root W. So root inside will be 1 minus buoyant force by liquid by W. C root W is nothing but the frequency F. So F by 3 as it is, and here you will have 1 minus F liquid by W. F cancels, square both sides, So what do we get? We will get 1 by 9 is equal to 1 minus force by that other liquid divided by W. Now rearranging it further, I will get force of the liquid divided by W. Force of the liquid divided by W will be 1 minus 1 by 9, which is 8 by 9. Now divide both of them. Divide this with this. So force of water divided by W divided by force of liquid divided by water, because W gets cancelled, will be 3 by 4 divided by 8 by 9. Now W got cancelled. Buoyant force is proportional to the density. So this will be density of water divided by density of the liquid. This will be, what will it be? 9 3s are 27, 8 4s are 32. But we have been asked density of the liquid by density of water, which will be 32 by 27. I think that is option D, guys. Just check this out. Yes, 32 by 27. That's the answer. So this is a lengthy question, but a good question. This can even come in JEE Advanced or even definitely other things. Then Dinesh Karthik, definitely I will be doing it after 22nd of May, after KVPY exam, not before that. You will see tomorrow onwards I will be doing physics related stuff for your boards and KVPY related stuff as well in the days to come. So KVPY mock test and mainly focusing on physics board. Post that, we will come back to zero to superhero, complete all the remaining important chapters, complete mock tests, all revisions, formulas, and tricks, tips, sessions, everything will continue after 22nd for JEE and NEET. Before that, boards and KVPY. Is that okay? We need to support everyone. Let's not ignore any of the tests. Yes, Shubham, you can do one thing. You can even replay the session later on and you can watch it. So you can pause it also and you can get it. Also, let me tell you, Shubham, I'll be sharing the PDF also. Don't worry. I'll be sharing the PDF. An open pipe of length L is sounded together with another open organ pipe of length L plus X. In their fundamental tones, speed of sound is given. What is the beat frequency? Okay, whenever you hear beat frequency, you should be like, okay, difference of the frequencies. So beat frequency is frequency of 1 minus frequency of 2. So we have an open organ pipe and the fundamental frequency is given by n, which is 1, into velocity of sound by 2 times the length. That is the frequency of an open organ pipe, open on both sides. When it is a closed organ pipe, it is odd V by 4L. This is open, so NV by 2L. Can my session be watched by Tamil Nadu State Board students? Definitely, Dinesh. If the syllabus is same, why not, bacha? And if your exams are around the corner, please watch it. Okay? It's my humble request, you should definitely watch it. Minus the second one, N, V is V only, but here the length will not be L because the length is different, so it will be L plus X. So you can see V by 2 is common and you will have 1 by L minus 1 by L plus X out here. So taking LCM, I'll get V by 2 into L plus X, and on the top you will have L plus X minus L. So this will be V, LL gets cancelled, X divided by 2L into L plus X. That's the answer, I suppose. Just check this out. Oh, but I think we need to get rid of one of the X. Yes. Now here this is very important. When X is very small, L plus X will be roughly equal to L. It's like 100 plus 0.1 is 100.1, which is also roughly 100. So you might as well write this as Vx divided by 2 into L again, which is Vx by 2L square. That's it. Correcto. See this, Vx by 2L square. So approximation is there, beat frequency concept is there, open organ pipe, closed organ pipe, that means organ pipe or standing waves concept is also there. So you can have multiple sub concepts in one question, like you have been seeing throughout the mock test today. Moving on to the next question. Hello Venugopal, welcome Bachalo. Syllabus is same, but they will concentrate more on derivations. Oh Dinesh, good news for you. I'll be doing a derivation session also. Okay, a derivation session for all the students of boards. Definitely. Okay, so let's do this. A charge is distributed over two spheres, R and R. Small r is twice r. Okay, so let's start drawing the situation. So here there is a sphere. Again there is a big sphere. This is r and this is 2r. And let's say this one has q1 charge, this one has q2 charge. It is distributed so that the surface charge densities are equal. Now since q is distributed, so q is equal to q1 plus q2, because it is clearly mentioned it is distributed. Surface charge densities are equal, meaning q1 by the surface of that, which is 4 pi r square, will be equal to q2 is distributed on a bigger surface, which is 4 pi 2r whole square. Now 4 pi goes, and r square also goes. So q1 will be q2 by 4, that 2 square is 4. So q2 will be 4 times of q1. Now once I got this, I'll make use of this equation and see what do I get. So q will be equal to q1, instead of q2 I will put it as 4q1. So 4q1, which is nothing but 5q1, that is q. So q1 will be q divided by 5. q1 will be q divided by 5. Everybody fine till here? If q1 is this, I can also find q2. So q2 will be 4 times of q1. So it will be 4q divided by 5. That's what I got. Now comes the next part. Observe carefully. The question is the potential at the common center, that means here. At the center of the sphere, your potential will be kq by the radius of the shell. Kq by radius of the shell. It's not tomorrow, bacha. It's like one shot. Yes, it will be a one shot, the formula revision. So let's try and do this. So the potential at the center will be k into charge on the sphere 1 divided by the radius plus k q2 divided by the radius, which is 2r. So k by r is obviously constant. q1 is q by 5. So q by 5 of course, plus q2 is 4q by 5. So 4q by 5 into 2, that's it. Q comes outside, so k q by r, and this 2 goes with this 4 2 times, 5 is common, so 1 plus 2 on the top, and here you will have 5 of course. But since we have epsilon naught, I think I should put k as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q is there as it is, r is also there, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 5 comes over here. So do I have an option like that? Option D says Hari Prasad. Is it? Yes, it is. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught? Yes. Q by R? Yes. 3 by 5? Yes. Done, done, done. So, like you can see, again multiple concepts. Charge conservation, first concept. Second concept, surface charge density. Third concept, potentials of different geometries. 3 concepts involved in one question. Again, cool. Let's move ahead. I am going really fast, guys, because number 1, tomorrow you have English test. Okay, number 1. Number 2, there is hardly any time left. Number 3, you can also watch the replay. If you want to pause it, you can pause it. All those options are there. So please bear with me. Time is limited. I don't really want to take it very slowly. I can do that to make you understand very smoothly, obviously, and you see me always explaining very aram se and very, in a systematic manner. Today I'm little bit fast because time is less. I hope you're okay with it, and you can watch the replay later on also. Okay, but watch the live class. You will understand 90%, 80%, 70%, 20-30% of the questions, or wherever you need help. Please watch it, or if you want, leave a question below. I'll definitely help you. Okay, so let's do the next question. Achha, this is, I think, a direct question. A large sheet carries some current along the surface. The current per unit length is also given. Now the question says that what will be the magnetic field near the metal sheet. Now when you see this kind of question, when you have a sheet, the magnetic field is basically nothing but uniform, and on the top it will be like this, and below it will be like this. It is a uniform magnetic field, just like for a sheet which is charged. So charged sheet produces electric field given by sigma by 2 epsilon naught. In magnetism, the magnetic field is given by that 1 by 2 will be there. If you see epsilon naught below in electricity, in magnetism it comes on the top, so it will be mu naught. The permittivity will change its position. If it's on the top, it will come below. If it's below, it's come on the top. Instead of area charge density, here you will have linear charge density, which is lambda. Linear current density, my bad. Linear current density. That's the formula, guys, and that is nothing but option B. Very easy to remember this if you know this. Very much related. Electricity and magnetism. Hi Saket Reddy. Our board physics exam is on 20th April. 20th April is done now, Dinesh. It's over. You mean 20th May. For 20th May, I'm going to do. Yes, if you mean 20th May, I'm going to anyways do board series for all the 12th standard students. MK, it will be after 22nd of May, not before that. Because 22nd May, you have your KVPY exam, 20th May physics board exam. Even Tamil Nadu students are having it. So focusing on boards completely the next week. I hope you guys are going to support other students even if you are in some other boards and if your exams are over. Meanwhile, please watch my previous last year's 0 to Hero series. Even though it says J, even a NEET student can watch it. Let's move on. For an AC circuit, voltage and current are given. The power dissipated in the circuit is how much? Okay. So let's solve this. The power is given by the RMS voltage into RMS current into cos phi. Phi is the power factor or phase difference between the voltage and the current. RMS voltage, this is the maximum voltage, so it will be 100 by root 2. RMS is max by root 2. Similarly, RMS will be max, which is 100 by root 2. Cos, phase difference, this is sine, 0 pi by 3. Phase difference is nothing but 60 degrees, I can say. This is 60 degrees. So this will become 10 to the power 4 by 2. Cos 60 is nothing but half. So since it is in kilowatt, I will write it like this: 10, 2 2s are 4 into 10 to the power 3. So 10 by 4 is 2.5. This is kilowatt. That's the answer. Done. Do we have it over here? Yes, 2.5 kilowatt, of course. Everybody got it? So what are the concepts used again? Number 1, RMS concept. RMS is max by root 2, first concept. Second concept, power is RMS into RMS voltage into RMS current into cos 0.5, which is also the power factor. Second concept. Third concept, you should know how to read the voltages and currents, that is the parameters of an AC circuit, parameters of AC voltage and current. That's all. So 3 concepts again. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, we have a radioactive material and it has some mean life of this and this via 2 different emissions. The time in which half the material will be remain undecayed, emitting both of them. Basically, they are asking you what is the half-life. And that material, radioactive material, is decaying via alpha as well as beta process. This is a parallel process. Whenever you have a parallel process in radioactivity, the effective radioactive constant will be lambda 1 plus lambda 2. Meaning the radioactive constants, decay constants for each process will add up. That will give you the effective decay constant because they are happening simultaneously, parallelly. That's all. Xavier most likely it will happen in February end or March. That's all. Now, lambda 1, process 1, mean life. Now, please understand there is a difference between mean life and half-life. Many people will not even notice the difference. When I say T mean, the mean life, it is 1 by lambda. But when I say half-life, it is log 2 by lambda. Notice the difference. So coming back right over here, lambda 1 will be 1 by T mean. So 1 by T mean of 1 plus 1 by T mean of the second one. And I will find the effective half-life, I will find the effective decay constant in terms of the half-life, which is nothing but log 2 by T half. Now this will become log 2, T half I do not know, 1 by T mean, which is 1 by 1620 plus 1 by 520, log 2 you know 0.67. So just solve this guys. T half will be log 2 divided by 1 by 1620 plus 1 by 520. Just do this, you will get the answer. Okay, perfect. Nalini M, you want me to do it for KCET? I'll definitely do it, but I need your comments. I need your spam on some video. Sir, we want KCET entrance test whenever it is around. So only when many students come and tell me, then I'll definitely do it, Nalini. Okay, cool. Yes, Tarun, all the best for English exam. Moving on to the next one. When water is heated from 0 to 100, the volume of the water will. Now this is based on anomalous behavior of water. We all know that the density of water as you increase the temperature will become highest at 4 degrees Celsius. Hence, if you draw the volume versus temperature graph, it will first decrease and then increase. So, hence, the correct answer is first decreases and then increases. This one will be the answer. Density is maximum at 4, hence volume will be least at 4 degrees Celsius. That's how it works. Cool? This is straightforward from your general knowledge of anomalous behavior of water. Next one. A concave lens of focal length 20 placed on in contact with a plane mirror acts like a convex mirror of focal length of how much? Now let's understand the question. So what do we have over here? A concave lens of focal length 20. Concave lens of focal length 20 centimeters is in contact with a plane mirror. Now this situation is identical to a concave lens like this. Reflect it over here, just open it up and see what happens first. Just I'm opening it up. So you will notice that if I show the rays of light, they'll come like this, they will diverge, and from this concave lens they will again diverge further. Correct? They will diverge further. That's what will happen. Now, if you put it back again, what you will notice is that these rays are diverging 2 times. So when they actually come back, these rays which are incident on this mirror and lens combination, they have diverged twice, so they will diverge by a lot of amount. So they will reflect back because actually I have opened it up. What does a mirror do? Whatever is there in the front, it puts it behind. So there was a lens in the front, I put it behind. and it's like two lenses one after the other. So the effective combination behaves like a more diverging instrument. So actually when you pull it back, you will see it will diverge a lot. So this is nothing but your, not your concave, it's a convex. Second guys, hold on. Yeah. So yes, this is nothing but like your convex. Yeah, this is like a convex mirror. So that's why the word used is what is the focal length of the convex mirror. All you need to do is just find the effective focal length of this combination. Just do that. 1 by f effective when lenses are in contact, 1 by f1 plus 1 by f1. So these are two lenses with the same focal length, 1 by 20 plus 1 by 20, which is 2 by 20, which is 1 by 10. So that's 1 by f effective. So f effective is 10 centimeters. That's it. The f effective is 10 centimeters. Magnitude wise, I'm not interested in anything else. So the effective focal length of this convex mirror will also be 10 centimeters. That's all. That's all, guys. Is that clear, everyone? Actually speaking, this is, minus 20, so it will become minus 10. But I'm only interested in the magnitude because a concave lens has negative focal length. Okay, it's minus, but I'm not interested in the minus sign. I'm just interested in the magnitude. So, anyways, a convex lens, anyways, has a convex mirror, anyways, has a positive focal length. Did you understand why this behaves like a convex mirror? Because the ray diverges, and again when it comes back, it diverges further. So it diverges 2 times. So it behaves like a diverging surface which is reflecting in nature, and that's why the answer has to be a convex mirror. And we found out the effective focal length because it's like 2 lenses one after the other. Okay. Now what do we have? What do you have? Next question, guys. Let's have a look. A fringe width is 0.4 meters. Distance between 5th bright and 3rd dark on the same side is. Alright, let's try and do this question. Second. Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay. Now, if you remember or recollect how the fringes look like, your 0th maxima is over here. Then you get your first dark. Then you get your first bright. Then your second dark. Then your second bright. Then your third dark. Then your third bright. Then your 4th dark. Then your 4th bright. And then your 5th dark. And then your 5th bright. That is how it goes. First dark, first bright, alternative. Now, if you see over here, what is asked? The distance between the 5th bright and the 3rd dark, this one. Now from one bright to one bright or one dark to one dark is one fringe. So count it. From this to this is one fringe. From 4th bright to 3rd bright is another fringe. And so this is one fringe, this is your second fringe, and this one is half a fringe. This one is half a fringe. So this is one fringe, this is another fringe, this is half a fringe, bright to dark. Hence the total distance is fringe width plus fringe width by 2. So it is basically nothing but 2.5 times of beta, which is 2.5 times of 0.4, which is nothing but 1 millimeter. That's it. 25 4s are 100. Shift to decimals, it is 1.00. Hence the answer is 1. Very good, Sudarshan. Hi, Tarun, Suresh Babu. Yep, it is. Awesome. So these were the questions that I wanted to discuss with you. All the very best. Please do well in your Manipal Entrance Test. And thank you for making time in spite of having English exam or any other commitments. So I had to keep it fast because you have other exams as well. So please do well and please take help for your JEE as well as NEET exams. Even I am there in the crash course. You have full interactive classes, hotspots, 2 teacher model for doubts, assignments, test series, everything included with all India rank comparison, and all the recorded classes are also provided to you. The recordings are available till the last day. Same thing is for JEE as well. And the best part is that you get the course for hardly anything. It's just 2,700 rupees. Link is there in the description box. Make sure you recommend the crash course for all the students who you feel might need it, or you yourself can buy it. Definitely. I'm doubtful Ayan, Zubair Sheikh. Okay. Manipal will be this easy. Yes, Sudarshan. Yeah. These are Manipal level entrance test questions only. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for smashing the like button. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button in case you have not yet subscribed. That's it guys. All the best. Have a great time. This was Captain Shreyas here. Anything else, please leave a comment after the video. I'll definitely have a look at it. Bye bye. Take care. Hasta la vista.